Hello, everyone. We are 1 week away from the biggest patch in Final Fantasy XIV so far. It's going to be a big patch. Hopefully, it's going to bring a lot of players back. But that's what I'm talking about here today about the Luckybansho. Now, a quick disclaimer: Luckybansho is not an accurate depiction of Final Fantasy XIV current player base. It is only the Final Fantasy XIV developers that know that information, how many players are currently active and playing. But there's something we have to talk about here. First and foremost, I'm not gonna tell you that the game is dying because of Book Lamont. I'm not gonna tell the game is dying because there's no content. No, those are just fallacies created by a group of people who hate the new character Book Lamont. I want to talk to you more in a more critical way, a more honest way. I'm not here to clickbait you. I'm not here to feed you lies and to get you mad at the game. No, we're gonna talk about this. First aspect we gotta tackle is the Shadowbringers hype has died down with the conclusion of Endwalker. A lot of people joined Shadowbringers. A lot of people loved Shadowbringers. They loved the story from A Realm Reborn all the way to Shadowbringers, and they waited for Endwalker, the biggest climax for this game. What happens after that? A lot of people started to, stop playing because the MSQ wasn't for them anymore. They got what they wanted, they got the big moments, and they want to play other games. Understandably so. So, what's going on here with Dawntrail? Why is Dawntrail trailing, no pun intended, with the players? So, the biggest issue with Dawntrail is that it's a brand new story. And when you have a brand new story, you have to make sure that it's engaging, that it's adding brand new characters that people can connect with. And all these new brand new characters that are added have long enough exposure where people can connect with them and actually feel something for these characters. Unfortunately, the main story scenario for Dawntrail didn't do a good job at that. In fact, many of the characters that were brand new kind of, well, basically were left behind. Like they didn't progress or changed, or basically we didn't know much about them. Instead, we get the Scions again taking important roles again, and it kind of felt very monotone. I've been very critical about this. I've been very vocal saying that the Scions should have not returned. If anything, it should have been Frill, Graha, and Estinian, the only ones that should have been joining us in this adventure. All the other Scions should have just stayed away in Eorzea and should have stayed there. And we meet them again later in 8.0 or 9.0, like two expansions later, right? But because the main story was somewhat not as appealing to many players, this kind of made people want to, not play the game anymore. Or, just wait until the next big MXQ. Now, this problem would have been alleviated had the content patch 7.1 wasn't a lackluster patch, okay? The biggest problem Dawntrail has is that the content, while there's plenty, is not long term, nor engaging, nor fun. 7.1 dropped the ball, and 7.1 should have done more. I'm not going to say that 7.1 should have had field operations or cosmic exploration. I think the 7.1 should have had perhaps a fate revamp, make fates matter, give us better rewards that we can actually work towards to, and it's time consuming, makes us want to log in and do. The raids were fantastic. The dungeons in Dawntrail are one of the best dungeons designs so far. The raid designs are amazing. Okay? Like Dawntrail has a lot of good stuff. But the problem is that once you do all that stuff, and then you'll find out like maybe I can just wait 4 months and I can get all this stuff by just using all the catch up gear and whatnot. And then you have all this, and basically it kind of becomes pointless to keep playing the game. And I feel like 7.1 should have done a better job of providing us with good content that we can continue to do and keep us entertained until the next big patch update, which is now in 7.2. Now, this does not mean by any means that Final Fantasy XIV is dying. This is just an estimation from Luckybansho, which could be inaccurate. It could be inaccurate. In fact, I'm 100% believe this is inaccurate. There's a margin of errors here there, but I do know for a fact that there's less people playing, because I've seen a lot of people who used to play this game taking breaks, playing other games, but they're still paying for the subscription, right? But they're not completing the achievements. Like, there's nothing really engaging for them to do in Dawntrail right now. They already completed the MSQ, they already completed the raids, they already completed the chaos raids. They completed almost everything that could have provided some sort of entertainment. They completed the ultimates as well. So many of them pretty much have nothing to do at this moment, which is understandably why people have left or taken a break and coming back in 7.2. We can expect a huge increase of players once 7.2 comes out. Now, like I said, this is not saying that the game is dying or anything like that. There's going to be people saying the developers should resign, yoship should be fired. This toxic positivity is ruining this game because they don't want to admit that there's errors in the game. By the way, I am admitting there's errors in the game. By the way, I'm just saying, I'm not a doomer content creator. I'm more of a realist, and I'm not here to clickbait you or debate you to think that this game is dying so you can go to another forum and say, hey, look, guys, more proof the game is dying. No, that's not me, brother. That ain't me. This Luckybansho research is pretty cool because it gives you an idea how the game has been performing throughout the years, right? And one of the things I want to say is that 7.2 is going to bring back a lot of characters, a lot of people. And also, I also want to tackle this where I'm talking about 7.2, is that a lot of people are saying, well, a minority of vocal opinions on the internet are saying that they don't want to wait 4 months for field operations. And that just makes me scratch my head, because you're going to have new raids, you're going to have all this new content, a new extreme, a new unreal, a new I already said raid, right? A new dungeon. That's what I wanted to say. A new dungeon. You're going to have all this new stuff in 7.2. A new PvP zone. A new quality of life changes. New quests that you got to perform and do. Probably new emotes. New minions. New mounts that you want to get. You have all this stuff. And the thing is that after the first patch, 1 week later, we get Savage. And a week after that, Savage, I think it's 2 weeks after Savage, so making it 3 weeks, we get the Cosmic Exploration. So you have a level 10 crafter. You're going to be very, very busy doing all the explorations, because what they showed in the live letter is not just about crafting. You're exploring, you're making this area along with other people. You're working together in a social environment to improve this area, to make it even better, you know? And there's going to be scoreboards. It's going to be a lot of things to do. It's going to be a better version of the diadem and the crafting zone from Ishgard. And I understand some people, I'm going to, be honest. I understand some people just want to do the field operations, but you can't say there's no content just because the content is not for you. That's very disingenuous. And then go on to raid and say, I'm done with this game. This game is just not for me. This game is boring. It's too repetitive. That's just very disingenuous. And you're not really caring about what the game is giving you. You just want to cry about it, because the game is not giving you exactly what you want. Remember, this game has to think for all levels of type of players, from the casuals all the way to the hardcore ones. This game has to cater to each and every one of those. Why they push raids first? Because raids are the most popular thing in Final Fantasy XIV. After that comes the whole socializing aspect that comes from cosmic exploration. Why is Field of Rage so late in the game? Because they don't want to mix all the content in one place, because then you have this issue where there's too little time to do. And that's an issue that other games have run into, and it doesn't benefit them. So them stretching all the content update from April all the way to August, which is probably going to be the 7.3, you're going to have content after content after content from April 1st. Actually, no, from March 25th all the way to August. So if you're not interested in doing any other stuff, but you just care about 7.2.5, which brings the field operations, and that's coming out in May, if that's the only thing you care about, I understand. Here's my suggestion. Save your money. Unsub. Go play another game. Go do something else. If you have a house, I'm so sorry. I want to say that the housing should not be tied up to your subscription. Some people have talked about how, it's because of the servers, how they're handled. And for me, I think it shouldn't be tied up to your subscription and where you have to log in to make sure you have a house. I think it should be done in a different way. I think if you have someone like a friend or someone log into your house, maybe from remove it from being, destroyed, demolished, or maybe if you're gonna take a sabbatical, you're gonna take a break. I guess you should just say goodbye to the house and work your way back to getting a new one, or just get an apartment. And I understand the grievances of wanting to unsub but not wanting to lose your house. I understand. I really do. And I really wish that the Creative Business Unit 3 would do a better job with housing. Hopefully they will get some ideas to improve housing in the future, so this type of stuff doesn't happen. So if you want to take a break from the game, you take it without having to worry about your house. You have 45 days. Maybe they should just increase the days. I mean, if you don't log in for 3 months, I think that's more than justifiable for them to demolish your house. 3 months will be the limit, or you know what? 6 months. There, 6 months. You don't log in, you're out. Anywho, that's it for me about the Luckybansho, and I'll see you guys in the next video coming out very soon. I don't know when, but when it's done, I'll let you know. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you later.